Hello people and welcome to today's episode of AI Dungeon versus Novel AI versus Prangle AI. If you're new to this series, basically the way it works is that we have each AI make a list on a given topic, and whichever AI makes the best list gets the most points. First place gets 3 points, second place gets 2 points, last place gets 1 point. Currently, AI Dungeon and Dreamly AI are tied for first with 5 points, while Novel AI is sucking butt cheeks in last place with a measly 2 points. Now, if you're like me, then you really enjoy when the Olympics come on. A couple days ago, the Winter Olympics ended, which is big sad, but I thought, why not include the Olympics in today's prompt? So for today's list, we have top 5 events in the Winter Olympics. We're gonna start off with AI Dungeon as always. So the way this works is I just type out the top 5 events in the Winter Olympics are, and then we hit enter, and AI Dungeon does the rest. It's really easy for me. All I gotta do is read, which admittedly I struggle with, but it'll be okay. Oh, well that's boring. It's actually naming real events. The AI is not supposed to actually know what events are in the Winter Olympics. Usually, whenever you give it a prompt like this, it says really dumb crap. I'm curious, is this gonna be the same for all of the AIs today? Are the AIs gonna be smart for once? Okay, I went to Novel AI to test it, and Novel AI is at least adding other things to the list. I could do top 5 made up events, I guess. Let's see if this changes things. It might. Oh, it just said 5. No, you have to actually list the events, AI Dungeon. That's the way this game works. The story of the gay couple who got married. Okay, there we go. Now I fixed it. I mean, fixed is a relative term. We're gonna read this now. So the top 5 made up events in the Winter Olympics are: number 5, the story of the gay couple who got married in the Winter Olympics. I really love that story. That is one of my favorite stories. That might actually be a thing, but I don't know. So we're just gonna move on. Number 4, the story of the disabled athlete. No, that's the Paralympics, silly. You know, that does remind me that the Paralympics are on right now. So sure. Number 3, the story of the stripped naked lady in a magic trick. And for my next trick, I will make your clothes disappear. That's how you go to jail if you're a magician. Number 2, the story of the Gang of 4. I'm inclined to look this up now. What is the Gang of 4? The Gang of 4. Oh, this looks not good. The Gang of 4 was a Maoist political faction composed of 4 Communist Party of China. They came to prominence during the Cultural Revolution and were later charged with a series of treasonous crimes. The gang's leading figure was Zheng Qing. Zheng Qing is not quite as cool of a name as Huang Dong-hyuk, but I'll accept it. I don't really know what this has to do with the Olympics, but thanks, I guess. You guys just got a free history lesson. Don't forget to say thanks in the comments. And finally, number 1 is the story of the crippled wrestler. AI Dungeon went on to make a new list, and it says the top 5 made-up songs in the Winter Olympics are the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Yeah, we can't do that. That's called cheating when the AI starts to make up its own list and tries to get bonus points. As a fair judge, I'm not allowed to take that under consideration when judging it later on. I appreciate the effort, but unfortunately, it does not count. Alright, so now it's time for Novel AI. The top 5 made-up events in the Winter Olympics are the Super G downhill race that is won by a stuntman using a jet engine to accelerate his body through the snow while a camera follows him at 3,000 frames per second so you can see all the tiny jumps he makes on the way down. Wow. Number 2, the Half Pint 500, where little kids compete against each other in miniature cars with no brakes, and it's easy to get an adrenaline rush from watching them crash into trees and burn out their engines. Oh no! Alright, well that was my favorite Winter Olympic sport. I don't know how it only got number 2, but number 3, the snowboard cross, where the competitors ride down the mountain as fast as they can, but there are no obstacles or turns to slow them down, so they fly off the mountain onto the grass like birds of prey, and it's super awesome and awesome. You know it's cool when it's both super awesome and awesome. Just like my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I just love it when the snowboarders fall onto the grass below like birds of prey. Number 4, the Biathlon, where the competitors shoot at things, the target, in parentheses, then ski or snowboard really fast down the mountain, because if they stop shooting or skate for longer than a couple seconds, their guns go off and start start shooting at themselves. Oh no. I really like that it's including sports that are actually part of the Olympics, but then it's adding stupid crap to it, like their guns start shooting at them if they don't go fast enough. Number 5, the extreme big air event, where people do stupid shit and they have to jump off something really tall and land in the snow without breaking their ankles or having their skull smashed in by a giant snowboard, and it's freaking terrifying. I don't know what to say about that. Honestly, it's probably a really irrational fear, but whenever I'm watching them do the big air events in the Olympics, I get scared that they're gonna like break their legs when they land, because I tore my ACL and it's just a fear I have now. So I kind of resonate with what Novel AI just said. The part about the giant snowboards smashing their skulls, not so much. I don't know. I don't even know where the AI got that from, to be honest. But I would say that's a pretty good overall list for the top 5 Winter Olympic sports for Novel AI. So now we go on to Dreamly AI, but I say that list solidly puts Novel AI in the lead there. I don't know. I'll have to deliberate at the end. I could be wrong. Okay, the top 5 made-up events in the Winter Olympics are... Okay, I'm kind of disappointed with this, but here's the list. Number 1, first kiss. Number 2, love. Number 3, family. Number 4, romance. Number 5, relationship. Number 6, friends. 7, relationships. 8, life. 9, sex. 10, marriage. 11, children. 12, other. 13, New Year's Eve party. And finally, 14, New Year's Day party. I just went through and read all of those because none of them have anything to do with the Winter Olympics, but I felt like you guys should know that I just had to read that because it was stupid. I'm gonna give Dreamly AI one more chance to make a list about the Winter Olympics, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna be upset. Look at this. It's not even fucking making lists. Dreamly AI sucks so bad. Last episode I played that was just Dreamly AI about the Super Bowl. The AI didn't even know what the Super Bowl was. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised that it doesn't fucking know what the Olympics are. But still, like, my god, man. Make a better AI. This is terrible. How is this AI tied for first place with AI Dungeon? I don't get it. Another one. I'm gonna hit another. Again, let's see. Was it gonna make a list this time? This one's just nothing. This one's just blank. I'm done. I'm done. Last place for you, Dreamly AI. Okay, so that didn't take very much deliberating on my part because it's pretty straightforward this time. Dreamly AI gets last place. Feck Dreamly AI, that was terrible. Now, while AI Dungeon did indeed teach us about communist China, which is pretty cool, I didn't really give a damn about that. I kind of wanted to hear about the Olympics. And since it failed to correlate, oh, I guess because the Olympics were in China, so it kind of makes sense. But still, the list fucking sucked. Either way, the AI Dungeon list wasn't as good as the Novel AI list. So, Novel AI takes first place, gets the 3 points today. AI Dungeon gets 2 points, and Dreamly AI gets 1 point. And I wish that I didn't have to give Dreamly AI that 1 point, because Dreamly AI sucks. With that said, here is a look at the updated scoreboard. AI Dungeon is in first place with 7 points, followed by Dreamly AI with 6, and Novel AI remains in last with 5 points. Novel AI did make up some ground today by winning, which was much needed because they were in last by like 3 points before this episode. So if you enjoy these episodes, please leave a like and share this video with anyone who may also enjoy it. Those are big ways that you can help the channel. I'd also love to hear from you guys in the comments below if you have any list recommendations, or you can share them with us on our Patreon, which you can find in the description below. If you like AI content, you should check out this video where I allow AI Dungeon to rewrite Spider-Man. You can find that video right here. Or if you want some more AI versus content, you can find that playlist located below that video. Other than that, I love all of you. I hope you have an amazing day, and we will see you guys next time.